a 15-year-old girl, and I also suffer from a mild case of insomnia, and am often left alone at night. It was a typical Wednesday night. I was the only one awake in the house, my parents and brother having gone to bed long before this happened. It was almost 3 a.m., and I decided that I should go to bed. Normally, I would just shut down my computer and turn off my light, then go to bed. But I was on my period and had to brush my teeth anyway. I took my computer with me and left my bedroom light on before heading to the bathroom. The bathroom is across from my bedroom, and in between the two is my brother's room, our shared laundry basket, the main entrance, and the front door, and a small window that started about mid-thigh level. I'm 5'8", and went all the way up to the ceiling. I turned on the hallway light because I'm always worried that I'm going to trip over the laundry basket and wake up my brother. If you heard the sound of my body crashing on the floor. I got to the bathroom, did my business, and just as I finished washing my hands, I heard a small click sound from out in the hallway. I froze. It sounded like the hallway light was being switched off. I was the only one awake. I hadn't heard anything other than the one small click. So I know it's not my brother, because not only would he have yelled at me through the door, but also because his bedroom door gives a very distinct sound when it's opened, which it wasn't when I walked by. I didn't move. I couldn't. I waited and listened for any other sound, any sign of movement. I heard nothing. So I risked moving and pressed my ear to the door. Still, I heard nothing. I tried to rationalize it as my mom having woken up and seen the light from her bedroom and come and turned it off. I eventually calmed myself down enough to open the door. Much to my relief, the hallway light was still on. I told myself that I must have imagined it. I flipped off the bathroom light and hadn't even had the chance to step off the bathroom tills when I heard a small but firm tap on the hallway window. My heart leaped into my throat and my whole body turned cold as I looked toward the window. There stood a man who was outrageously tall as he was hunched over just to fit into view. If you've ever played the RPG, The Crooked Man, he looked just like the monster from the game. He also had the most unsettling smile on his face that said, "I can get to you if I want." We stared at each other for a while. It felt like hours before he lifted his hand to his mouth. He made the motion and then pointed to my front door. I chanced a small glance at it, and the deadbolt was unlocked. That must have been the small click I heard. My dad always makes sure the lock and deadbolt are secure before he goes to bed. My heart must have blocked out my screams because I couldn't get any out. I was so scared. I looked back at the man. He laughed a laugh that sounded like a manly witch cackle and then left, triggering the motion sensor lights in the driveway. That's when I realized just how long he had been standing out there, because it takes a very long time for them to turn off once they've been activated. I finally found my voice and screamed at the top of my lungs. I ran into my parents' room and they were staring at me with wide, confused, slightly angry eyes. I tried to tell them what happened, but I couldn't get anything out through my sobs. They must have put two and two together. My dad jumped up and ran off to my room, probably thinking that someone was in there, and my mom called the police. I don't know how long it took the police to get to my house, but it felt like a long time. I gave the police my statement. They haven't found him yet. It's been weeks. I have a large half-circle window in my room that can't be covered efficiently. I keep thinking that he's out there, watching me. My dad checks for me every night, but he hasn't found anything yet. But I dread the day that he does.